Y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy, and we're on build number 12, I believe, of our garden slash courtyard. This is my second time I'm doing this because I had to figure out my stuff. So anyways, on our last video we did our table. No, this is our little desk and our little table with little food tray on it, and then we also did our chair and our bed, which I personally think something's missing from these. Hence my little scraps of paper, or material, not paper, material. I've gotten into my little stash box here, and I'm kind of playing around. So my first thought was, do I want yellow? And then that little bit of, these are just pieces of material that I've kept from other builds. Do I want the yellow and then that over it? Or do I want the red? See, I thought I knew, and then I looked again, and now I can't decide which one. I think the red. I think I'm going to go with the red. And I'm going to do like a bolster pillow. So I'm going to do a round, longer one. So it's going to be one pillow across. And then I think for this chair, I'm going to just do up this little bit one. It'll... maybe that's too big. I want something small. I don't want it to overdo. You know what? Okay, we're going to just do a little throw pillow here. So these are just other ones that I was trying to decide on. So we'll put these back. I have lots of little scraps if we have, because I know we have another, at least one more chair that will probably need something, but we'll get there when we get there, right? Okay, so on this, I think I'm just going to make like a little throw blanket. But how do I fold it is the question. Yep, okay. So, if you've seen any of the previous ones, you know I'm going to use my score tape 1/8 inch because it's amazing. I hate gluing material nowadays once I've worked with this. I'm just going to, so this is, just in case anyone's wanting to do one, like just slightly over 2 centimeters by just slightly over 3.5. So like 2 by 3.5 would be perfect. This just happened to be a scrap that I had, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my tape down one long edge. And I'm just going to fold it over so it's long, skinny. A little bit crooked, so we'll just trim that edge up. All right. And then I'm going to just get 2 little squares of tape. And I put one on top of the chair arm. Oh, did you guys see that? The tape's still on here. That was just the backing. I'm going to go ahead and fold it over once that backing is off. It's kind of hard to fold when the backing's on. Okay, and then my other little one. Just going to go, oh, come on. Right here on the front edge. So I'm just going to put the folded side towards the out. We're just going to drape it from here down to here. See, having that come around the side, hopefully, I'm hoping it grabs that. Yeah, there we go, because I kind of didn't want to make a pillow. It would have been a little pillow to not make it look over proportioned, which I think so many of them do. And I didn't want that. So I like the little throw blanket. What do you guys think? Do you like the little throw blanket, or should it have been a pillow? I'm just curious what your thoughts are. So, okay, and then this is going to be, so that's 4 centimeters. I think I'm out of frame. I don't know. So I'm going to do right around 4, maybe just a little bit less. Oh, that is a thick. Nope, I don't even have the... I didn't have the guard off. That was my fault. Okay, which side is off? Okay. I'm going to vacuum this up because I don't want this to get everywhere. Okay, so just going to put tape down one long side. So this is like 4, just under 4, because I cut a little short by 3. But, okay, we're going to take this off. Now I could do this right and roll it and then seal the one side and then stuff it with stuffing. But guess what, y'all? I'm not doing that, right? I'm going to just kind of roll it onto the toothpick. And we'll just let it loosen up a little bit. There we go. Yep, that's just what I wanted. Put a piece of tape right up against the edge here. Now, of course, you don't have to use double-sided tape. Feel free to, you don't even have to do this step. This is just my own personal preference here. But on all the material, you can, of course, use glue, which I did for a long time. But I love the double-sided tape now. Oh, I wanted to put a little bit of gold on it, didn't I? That covers up too much. one more piece, but I don't need all of this. I just want it to go around one time. So I'm going to go to the seam. You kind of want it centered though. There we go. Come on. Thank you. Jeez. No, stay on the material. Okay, and then okay, don't want these. Pushing that back down into that strip of tape. See, I personally like that much better. It's finished. It looks complete now. Before they had us like had a sheet on a bed, and that was it. And if y'all are going to be in my house for any length of time, I'm not going to have just a sheet on a bed. Okay, so yeah, I just couldn't stand that one. I know it took us a little bit of time. We're about 15 minutes in, but that's okay. I feel much better now. We've got those two completed. So, okay, we have another chair. Let me just grab a drink of water real quick. We have two chairs. Got my great propel going on this morning. Okay, so the arms are F13s. Four of those. We have two F12s, are the ones with the slats, and two F10s, those square ones that we had four of that we made with the other chair. And the table I think we used for one. So back onto this slatted ones onto the back. I fixed my glue already this morning. I have my Aleene's Original Tacky Glue. A few drops of water in here so it doesn't bust the precision tip. Well, it doesn't bust the precision tip, it busts the bottle. And a little bit of crazy glue with a brush applicator because I am messy. Okay, we want this flush on the back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just like make both. So each step I'm going to do on both chairs. Okay, and then the pointed edge is going to go back. So it's going to go along the back of the seat. So our seat is going to go right in that middle one. And then, see, I think that the back needs to slant just a little bit when we do that. So I'm going to put my aliens here on the side of the seat, but then on the arm I'm going to put a little bit of super glue in the center and then a little bit on that top corner. Now these will match up front and back. Yep. Now I need to get that. There we go. Put the other side on. Yeah, like that. I don't know why my brain just did not connect those pieces. I was like, wait, what side do I go? What way does it show? I think on all these chairs, the backs just look small. I think that's the thing I have with them. But that's okay. That's just my little opinion. My 2 cents worth it. Some days not even worth 2 cents, so. Okay. I have to thank my friend Brian for this. I have Beauty School Dropout stuck in my head. Now he knows I love Grease. Like it's one of my top movies. I have 2 top ones. They're tied. Silence of the Lamb and Grease. Because they're so different, I cannot make the distinction. They're both my #1 movie. Except Beauty School Dropout part. I hate that song. I don't feel it needs to be in Grease. It is just a distraction. It's like they wanted to give Frenchie a moment and they couldn't think of anything else. Do you know Elvis Presley was actually supposed to play the part by the angel that was it Avondale? Something, I can't remember who did it. Can't remember his name. But Elvis was supposed to do it and he turned it down. Said he didn't think it was fitting of his image. Okay, so we need this non-woven fabric again, this I-10, and they need to be 16 by 18, which is 1.6 by 1.8 centimeters. See, I remembered. I do learn from my mistakes occasionally. Right, we're going to go just down the middle with that. And then 1.8. Yep, those will fit nice. Just putting the glue around the edge. Yeah, so Elvis didn't really, from what I understand, he didn't really think much of Grease or think it was going to do much. And I do know he said he didn't think it was fitting of his image, and he turned it down. Avalon. Who did it? What do I want to say? Ricky, but I don't think that's right. The guy that eventually got it, and it was such a hit. Grease was such a hit, bigger than anyone thought. So I always think that's a fun little fact to throw out when somebody brings up Grease. I'm like, did you know because most people don't know that. Yeah, and y'all, I've said before I'm not a singer, but he got me to sing Beauty School Dropout. We were karaoke style. We were online, so we were just goofing off. But yeah, so I did sing it. Okay, I'm just gonna cut off where these have like you know, the individual pieces have pulled in this way, and then so it leaves all of them this way, and it looks kind of crazy. Whoop. I'm just gonna cut this one in half. This was just leftover that I had still from my stash, because I'm making a little throw for these two little chairs too. That's so nice. Yep, just gonna fold those in half. So these are roughly 2 centimeters by 3 centimeters, and I'm just gonna fold them in half long ways. Put that glue on the long side. Tape, did I say glue? No, I'm not using glue. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what my brain is doing these last few days. It's not cooperating, that's for sure. And then just like we did on the other one on the arm and one on the front. Oh, dang it. That was totally my fault. I snapped that thing down. Why did I screw the lid back on there? There we go. Goes right back in. So let's try not to do that on the other one, right? So I'm going to do everything twice, but let's not do that part twice. What are you doing here? Oh, the tape came off on my other finger. My tape wasn't even on there. I just felt my other fingers get stuck together, and I was like, what? Peel the back off of everything. Maybe. then just the two little throw blankets here. Fold them in half, off my nails. Just gonna make sure that the seam is towards the back, is how I want to put it. I actually really like the look of this. The throw blankets on here. I've done like blankets before where they have us drape them over like the edge of the bed or the back of a couch, but I don't think I've done one in a chair. And I've definitely not done one like this before, just how it's folded in half and then draped across like this. Nope. This is definitely a first for this, and I absolutely love that. Look, you can do it either way. This one's more up, and this one is more tucked down. Just the way my fingers kind of landed. So there's our two chairs that I absolutely adore. I'm going to vacuum all this up now again, guys. Sorry, let me get just real quick. Okay. Get all of that stuff. I missed a little spot, but I'll pick that up. Okay, and we are at, oh, we're only at 30 almost. No problem. Okay. So we need E, 2 25s and a 24. There are the dark brown ones in here. Those 3. And then we need 7 books and I-37. What's I-37? I believe it is that long, tall wooden bead there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books, and those are 7-6. Okay, all of mine got a little crazy there. Straighten those up. I'm just trying to keep everything organized. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 here. We need 1 for the table, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're almost there. So red, and then the white, and then the yellow, that one, that red. Oh, what is that first one up there? Might have been that one. Okay, well, I think I used the other red like this. It doesn't matter. We're going to have 1 basically left. I'm just going to make them all. So you know the drill. If you don't want to watch this part, put me on fast forward. Just fast forward through when I'm assembling, or you can watch me at like a 1.5 or 2 point speed. I don't know what all it goes up to on YouTube. That is my son's suggestion anyways. Did I tell you guys that's an option? But I don't. I've seen it before. I know it's in the settings. But I don't actually haven't messed around with that. But I guess it is an option. Oh, come on. Sorry, just concentrating on keeping that blade straight. Last few days I've been having trouble keeping that blade straight, huh? Oh, and there we go. Not straight again. So there's 4 of them. 5 over here. We will have 1 extra, but I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them. So that way if we come across it later where we need it, it'll already be done. And if we don't, we'll just have an extra one just to put in the stash. I have a whole little plastic box container thing that's just for books. Some of them that are already made that then we didn't use. Some of them are just the paper that we can cut out and fold up. Some are just book cover papers, like just the colored part. So yeah, I have quite a good little selection going on there. And so at any time if we ruin one of these, I really ruin it where there's just no saving it, I can just get into my stash and honestly get a new one, get a new cover, or a whole new one like this. If it maybe one that has the wood in it, I don't know. Well, whatever I need, I probably have. It is the one thing that I love, but I also hate about having done these for about almost 2 years now, is I love the stash that I have when I need it. Like when I need it, and like if they forgot to give me a piece, or I broke a piece, or whatever the case, or I just want to embellish a piece, you know, I love having all the extras. It's when I need to reorganize them because I got something new and I need a spot for it, or I just get a wild hair, you know where, and want to reorganize, because I do that too, is when I hate it. Because like, why do I have so much stuff? Why? Why? I mean, you saw my big box of the stash. That's just for paper and material. That's it. I have another one that size that's just for landscaping. It's all the landscape materials. And then I have a 5 bin, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10 bin. Granted, they're kind of shallow. 10 drawers over with everything else. Beads being most of it, but like my tools. And I also have a cabinet, a double cabinet up above my head where I keep, where did my ruler go? There it is. Where I keep like my extra builds and some of the bigger paper that I've picked up that don't really fit anywhere else. So yeah, I have a lot, you guys. I really, and it's not a brag, it's just saying, like, over time you do accumulate quite a bit. Whoop. Okay, so instead of using the ruler to fold these over, or trying to fold them by hand, which I know I cannot, I'm just using this little like awl kind of thing and scoring them. Not hard enough to cut through, hopefully. Don't really need a ton of pressure, but it kind of gives it a bit of that perforated folding ability. I would try to do more than one at a time, but I have a feeling I would never get it to work. So we'll just take our time, do it right. Two down, but we got more than 3 to go, so. How many of you got that song reference? Right, I have, like, you know, we always get a little song stuck in our head from time to time. Like, for the last 3 days, my words are not working, but my song recall is, like, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, that. It's, like, on point, and I'm pulling up songs from the past that I haven't heard in who knows how long. And off-season songs. You want to know what song was in my head last night for the longest time? Little Drummer Boy. Yeah, I don't know either. Don't ask me. I don't know. I just all of a sudden had Little Drummer Boy. You know, Little Drummer Boy. Pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. If you really get into it like I did when I was a kid. Pa-rum-pum-pum. You had to roll that R. Yeah, it was just living in my head, rent-free, for like 2 hours last night, or at least 2 hours. I finally fell asleep, but I was just like, oh my gosh, please drum your way out of my head. But it didn't. It stuck around for a while. Four down, 5 more to go. If these are not on, if these are not correct, I know what I'm doing wrong. I don't think I'm doing it wrong, it's just hard to see. So I have a little bit of depth perception issues, and my glasses aren't, I need to go get new glasses. So when I'm looking here, I'm seeing the edge of the ruler and then the paper, and sometimes it's getting a little bit blurry about which is at the edge of the ruler, because it's a clear ruler so you can see through, or is it underneath? I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining that good, but I'm getting a little bit of blurry going on right in here while I'm trying to work. I'm just like, no, don't get blurry. What? We're at 40? Okay. I know, doing all this little stuff is the boring bits. For some of y'all, I know you don't like it, but it is what it is. We're doing it on the channel because we're doing it in the build. And honestly, it's my favorite part, so I like building all the little bits and bobbles. I do, I do. And I gotta say, as far as the furniture goes, like, they're very well put together. I think 1 or 2 little boards were warped slightly on our bed, on our second bed. Remember, those little boards were a little warped. And do we have one other that was slightly warped? I just can't remember. Was it in the kitchen? I can't remember which one it was. But overall, not too bad. And the way they're put together, though, is like really, really solid, really good. I don't have any complaints so far with the idea of this. So the way that the finished product is, I think the only thing I have some complaints about is the process of getting there. Not the parts of the instructions that I don't read. I'm not talking about that. That's on me. But there have been some that it's like, wait, what? What? Or did you didn't tell me to do that? Or you told me to do this instead? Oh, and of course they're screwing up their numbers. I mean, that's easy enough to figure out on my own. It's just annoying. It's like you've screwed up the numbers within 2 sentences. You have the same number, or it's supposed to be the same number in 2 sentences, right back to back, and you can't even get it straight. They have done that a couple of times. But overall, I think it's coming along pretty good. Okay, let's see how my eyes did, because I think my eyes are getting a little blurry. We want to start folding towards us. Not too bad. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and glue these as we fold them. And I'm not sure if any of them need to be folded, glued closed. We'll do that when we go to place them, because I think some of these are going to have to, because they open pretty wide. But we will get them all glued together first. And of course, the dog has to say hello to the whole neighborhood. She's not the only one. Dog down the street's barking too. I can hear them. They're having their little gossip sesh, I guess. They're, what is it? Dishing the tea? I don't know. I heard someone say that. I was like, what? How do you dish tea? I mean, I get it. It's that you gossip, but like, I would think you would like want to dish the soup or dish the cookies or something, but tea? I don't know. See how much easier that is than if you watched any of the old videos, that when I would have to fold them over do a soft fold over what is that word? It's not an umbrella, it's a ruler. Sorry, sometimes my words get mixed up. Yeah. So how I'd have to bend them all over the ruler, and then I would still have to take the time when I actually went to bend them and make sure they were all lined up right. This one is just like boom, 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 and it's folded. Like, yes, it takes a little bit of time to get each line, drawn, scored across, but I would take that much time by folding it too. But I think I take less time this way because I'm not having to basically fold it twice. I score it the one time and then it just like folds right up. I am so impressed. I cannot believe I waited this long to do it though. I was suggested this like, I can't even remember when, but a long time ago. And they suggested using the back of your X-Acto blade. That still scares me, I'll admit. That still scares me. But this little awl is perfect. But I'll tell you, for some reason I lost that little tool. I would try the back of my blade. I'm seriously, because I would need to find something that could do this again, because this is so amazing. Three more to fold up. We're almost done. Whoop. Okay, last one. Okay, so just gonna flip them so I can see the spines on them, because that's what we see on this shelf a lot of. So now it's supposed to be this one, but this one is going on the next shelf, so I'm going to save that one for the next shelf. The red and black one is on bottom. That orangey one with the kitchen utensils is next to it. One of the plain black and white ones is next to it. The solid red spine, the other red and white one is there, and then the blue one. So that's the bottom shelf order. Okay, that's the order of the bottom shelf, and then black and white, and we're going to go with one of the yellows. So we'll just save one of those for, we'll put it over in our to be used later stash. Oh, we have to put the shelf together, duh. So it's just the little one on the small slats on back, and then front and front. We're just gonna glue those all together. Touch of the super glue just around the edges. Not all the way around, just a couple little spots. Okay, these are, you need to make sure that those shelves are lined up. So there is a top and a bottom. It doesn't matter which one, just pick one. Well, actually, I guess the bigger section, nope, yep, they're on the backboard too. So they have them on the backboard, so just make sure. So the bigger section's on bottom. Okay. Huh, I grabbed the super glue wrong. I got it all over my hands. I thought I was grabbing the white one, and so I went to get like down in there, and I grabbed a hold of the super glue and got some on my hands. So, but it's okay. All right, so there's our shelf. So this the I-37, the little wooden tall bead, is going to go on the top right. I'm going to give that a dab of super glue. It's because I want to keep working. I don't want to have it fall. Okay, so right there. And then, okay, so all of these are going to be glued down. Does it need all of them though? Yeah, I think so. Yep. Really? Try not to totally smash them, but I guess I'm going to have to get them to stay. I'm not really putting that much glue on, it's just barely coming out. I know it looks like I'm flooding it with glue, but I'm not. Okay, so next to this one, we're gonna, theirs is red, ours is gonna be the yellow one. It's gonna stand up straight. So put my glue on the bottom here. It's gonna go on the left. And then this one is going to lean just a little bit onto it. Sorry, I am out of frame. Wow, how long have I been out of frame? Sorry, guys. Here we go. That is that top shelf. Our bottom shelf stays empty. So here we're going to start from the right and work over, because the first couple are going to be standing upright. and as they go, they're going to fall, they're going to be down a little bit. So this one is almost right on the edge. Here on the right. That was the blue one, and now the red one. And then the white one. And then this red one is actually going to be laying flat. And then this one is almost flat, but up a little bit on the book that we just laid flat there. There we go. Okay, so that is our little bookshelf thingy. Okay. And we're at 57. You know what? We have, yeah. Oh, we already, no. Oh, because they went into G. Okay, I was like, why? We have one more shelf, real quick, but we've already pulled the. These are F25s, and this is F23, and these are just going to go right on the edge, long ways. I just want them flush on both ways, top and bottom, and at that side. And then put this one on. Okay, we flip it over, we have that little table, and we're not going to go ahead and decorate it. We're at an hour, so we have decorations for this, and then we have another little shelf with these plus something else go on them, and then we start on our outside pieces, like we start with our bridge and stuff. So we're getting there, guys. Like, wow, this is a lot of pieces that we have going on here, and I'm running out of working room. It'll be very interesting when we have to bring in the platform, and yes, I'm going to say platform because this sucker is huge. The base piece, all these are going to have to move because this is going to take up my whole workspace. So as you can see, we have quite a lot of pieces built. So all right, well, if you're still here, you know how it goes. You are the true rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you on the next build. Bye.